I remember when the first time I got kicked out of school. Hi, my name is Dr. Jamila Banks, and I'm your licensed holistic marriage and family therapist who specializes in trauma-informed care, anxiety, depression, and suicide management and reduction. And I remember when the first time I got kicked out of school. Sixth grade, I went to a new middle school. And there were a couple of girls that were in eighth grade that picked on me the very first week. So my very first week, I got into a fight with the eighth grader that talked a lot of mess and chose to pick me to talk that mess to. Now, as I said before, my fight and flight was activated early on. And first grade through fifth grade, it was kind of flight. And I was a little bullied and people wanted to fight me. And my mom told me at one point, if somebody else put their hands on me, that I had her permission to put my hands back on them. And one time in particular, when I came home from school in fifth grade crying, after someone just, randomly came and tried to take my stuff and put their hands on me, she sent me back to the school and told me to not come home until I made sure to get my stuff back. So when I started that week and the girls started picking on me, I was like, okay, well, this is it. I'm not going to start a new grade, a new school, and be picked on like this. So we had a fight, and she was bigger than me, taller than me. She tapped me a little bit, but I showed up and I did not back down. I thought that maybe she would leave me alone. The next week, she proceeded to tease me and bully me and pick on me. And we ended up having another fight. And again, I'm like, okay, well, she's bigger than me, she's older than me, but I'm not running, I'm not hiding, I'm not backing down. The third week of school, she tried to corner me again. And so the next day I came back with some weaponry. I came back with some defense mechanisms in my hand, and then 911 was called on me, and my mom had to rush up to the school to come get me. And that was the very first time I got kicked out of middle school in sixth grade for bringing weapons to school to protect myself against a bully. And I learned since then that, some people will try you and test you and press you the first time to see how you will respond, to see how you will show up. And most times if you respond, boldly and you have a voice and you stick to your guns, they'll back down and they'll leave you alone. But sometimes there are people, no matter how much you show up for yourself and use your voice and speak your truth and give your boundaries, they will still try to press and test you. And sometimes they have to mess around and find out. But just make sure that you don't have weapons unless you are actually protecting yourself, because it's against the law.